Hi, welcome to The Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
And I'm Isaac.
Episode number 28, The Truth is Where It's At. NBA Playoffs, been an exciting start. The Playdown series, what's that called? Play-in series.
Yeah, we got to get used to saying that, I think.
Yeah, but mid-season tournament, no, we're not going to get used to saying that because that's dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb. I read that.
Yep. Scratch that. NBA playoff thoughts, and we're going to do a big Star Wars draft. We've been talking about this for a long time. I'm a little nervous. There's lots of pregame hype on this. NBA characters, we're going to do draft back and forth. Now, normally, at the completion of one of our drafts, Isaac is in the corner crying. He actually feels a little confident about today. So
every draft I win, and everyone knows it, it's just my moron buddies are Team Tal Nation.
Team Tal Nation. Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to do... Actually, we'll get into the details of that when we get there.
Okay, so for episode number 29, Isaac doesn't know this yet, but we've actually invited Matt Getz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, United States Senators, to a debate on anything they want to talk about. We're thinking foods that begin with the letter Q, numbers between 1 and 10.
So I don't know those names, and I think a lot of our younger audience doesn't know those names either.
Just Google Matt Getz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then think about how they would do in a debate against Isaac and I. They are two United States Senators who have a combined IQ of 29.
Okay.
So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
That actually, everyone listening and watching is laughing at that hysterical joke. The punchline, everything was perfect. Everyone understood it. Flawless.
True that. Good. Lots of pregame material.
Wow.
Off the top, Phil Mickelson. We even watched some golf on Sunday. That was cool. The old dude hitting bombs. Now, realistically, I think Phil hit on number 18 after playing 4 days of golf. He hit his drive 366 yards. So it's still not like a young guy who's hitting at 280 like Jim Furyk. But that was fun. Good for golf. Quite possibly the greatest major winner in the past 20 years. Maybe when Tiger won his about 23 years ago, but this is cool for Phil.
It was cool.
Yep.
And I'm saying that from a guy who watches very little golf. I'll watch golf like twice a year, maybe 3 times.
Yep, that was entertaining. NHL Playoffs. Man, Uncle Dan and the Oilers. We didn't follow much of the series just because, one, we don't follow that much hockey, and two, it starts at, I don't know, midnight or something.
Yeah, we watch a lot of the primetime games. That's our prime, sitting on the couch watching basketball.
Yeah, we'll flip around, and if the Nets are blowing out the Celtics, which is going to be every game in their series, we'll flip over, and I was like, hey, Penguins are in overtime, we'll watch some of that.
Actually, yeah, that's what we do. We just, because there's so many games going on, I just look to see what's a close game
exciting
in the third period. Or OT.
Tigers are down 4-0, but when they put the tying run on deck, that almost counts like a victory.
Yeah, double deck.
Yesterday, I called you yesterday. Tigers, if they got a home run, it would have counted as victory. Now, they got a fly out to not even to the warning track, so I still think it counts as victory.
Yeah.
Leafs and Canadians, nice to see a couple of good original 6 teams beating each other up. It's 3-1 for the Leafs, and I imagine they will start planning the parade. They haven't won a series in something like 21 years.
Yeah, look good for the Leafs. It's kind of a fake series, from my understanding, right? Like in the sense that the whole the season was only against Canadian teams.
Season was short. Well, what they did is they made their division into all Canadian teams because you can't.
I think if they played Tampa. If they played Tampa a couple times a year, or Colorado, or the Knights.
Toronto's a solid squad. I think they would win a first round series.
They have to lose before they'll win, right? They're not going to win it all this year, but in a few years, right? Matthews gets better. They bring in another guy.
Yep.
They stay healthy.
Yeah, Tavares probably can't get rocked like he did in the first game.
Yeah, probably not.
But anyway, hockey's fun. Hockey playoffs are cool.
Very cool.
The Tigers, they're not bad, right? When they have 3 guys start, maybe even 4, you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe they'll keep it close. Boyd, Turnbull, Mize, Urena,
something like that. There's an N in there.
And even Taras Kubel is just kind of bad.
He'll get there. And once we get Matt Mating, there's another.
Yeah, so they've got some guys, Harold Castro hitting Harold is pasting the ball. Candyman's doing pretty well.
But who's getting back on track?
Yeah. Miggy's up to 209, maybe even 210.
He sucks.
He's poop.
Yeah.
You're poop. Anyway, they're entertaining to watch. You turn them on for a few minutes in the background. A couple NFL things. Julio, man. So
we'll get into
what happened?
So, yeah. Julio, there's lots of rumors like last year. Trading Julio, trading Matt Ryan, nothing happened. Like, I didn't think anything would happen. Because they have Calvin Ridley, who's a beast. Like, he's better than most number one receivers in football, I'd say.
So Julio was a top 3 or 4 receiver. Like, you got Hopkins,
issues
who's up
is
there.
just health, right? Like, staying on the field.
Yeah.
But
Hopkins.
Hill's a bum. It's Adams, Diggs, those guys.
Yeah.
No, like...
But Ridley's top 10 for sure.
Ridley's top 10. So Julio kind of wants out. There's the rumor. And then Shannon Sharp calls him during his podcast. I was actually considering calling Julio this podcast, but he told me he was busy.
Oh, okay. Well, if we don't get Getz and Taylor for the next one, maybe we'll see if Julio can call in.
Yeah, I'll probably get him on.
That's a good idea.
Trevor Lawrence, too, expressed some interest.
All right.
So the Julio
Not Tim
thing,
Tebow, though. He's a no.
Not Tim Tebow. He's not going to make the team. It doesn't matter. He's not going to make the team.
Nobody's going to try harder than Tim Tebow.
Okay.
Yeah, guess what?
He can't throw or block. Whatever position you play him at, he's going to get beat.
Yeah.
Make him a fullback. I'd like to see that, just to get hit by linebackers.
Pasted.
No, but the Julio thing, he kind of wants out, and then Sharp calls him. I think that was planned. Like, I think Sharp is smart enough to know. So Julio says he wants out on live TV, and doesn't say it in a nice way, and then also disses Dallas at the same time, which I'm behind that.
That's awesome.
Good for you, Julio. So everyone is now like shopping for Julio Jones, putting out their marketing campaigns for Julio, which I love. Okay, so where do you want him to go? Where do you think he will go? So he's leaving Atlanta. Let's say he leaves.
Again, you've got the rumors: Philly, New England, Baltimore. Who else?
Let's go. What do you got?
New England.
You think he will or should?
I think he will.
You think he will go to New England?
I think will and should for both for New England.
So I disagree with maybe both.
Okay. Well, who do you got?
I want him to go to Indianapolis. I really like Indy. I think they're a sleeper team. I like Carson Wentz. I am their wide receiver 3. So get Julio into Indy. So I think he should go, and I think they're ready. Like, I think they're close to winning it all. Like, I don't think they're the favorite, but they're going to win their division, and they might win a playoff game or 2. So I think he should go to Indy, where there's a good chance he goes to Baltimore. There's a good chance he goes to New England, but I don't see that. I think he wants to win now. Is there any chance he goes to Green Bay?
No.
Okay, just putting that out there.
They don't have the cap space.
I'll say he will go to Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson, and I think he would want to go there. They'll make it work. Julio wants to win, and I'm trying to think win now teams. Like, he's not going to go to Buffalo. I don't see that. No, he's not going to go to Buffalo. No. If he wants to win, he's not going to go to Tampa. He's not going to go to KC. Like, that just doesn't work. I think Baltimore is a good option. Or Indy. Maybe Philly, but...
Okay. Interesting.
Actually, if he hates Dallas, he'll go to Philly and play the Cowboys twice a year.
Just checking. Aaron Rodgers still a knob?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, good.
I don't know. The Packers suck. Rodgers sucks. I think both parties are incredibly stupid. Like, I think no one's right.
Nobody's right.
Saying, Rodgers... No.
It's like the royal family. You all look dumb.
Everybody, the Packers are stupid, and Rodgers is stupid. I hope they trade him. I don't want to play him twice a year, obviously, as a Lions fan. I hope they trade him. But, I don't know what is a better situation to win than Green Bay. What win-now team needs a quarterback? No, because they wouldn't be win-now if they didn't have a quarterback.
Manchester City?
San Francisco. And he's not going there because they've got Trey Lance and Jimmy G until he gets injured. So, Rodgers sucks.
Anything else off the top?
I didn't write. I think you covered everything. I didn't write anything down.
Perfect. Good. Shout out to Prison Rules Tennis. The Greater Amherstburg Tennis League is back in. Tennis is on, baby. Big time. My shoulders hurt a lot.
When?
When what?
When did I ask?
Doesn't matter. I like talking about tennis. Okay. So there you go.
Okay, basketball.
Lots of good series. So
here's
the first thing that comes to mind. Luka's freaking amazing.
Okay, so do you want to start with that series?
Yeah, we got to start with that series.
Okay, so we're going to go through... We did predictions last episode. Go watch that if you didn't, after this. So we're just going to run through each playoff series. Some we'll spend a few minutes on, some we won't spend that much time on. Clippers, Mavs.
So here's the deal. Last year, the Clippers lost, and they had set a super team, and the reason why they lost is because Doc
borderline super team. It wasn't.
That's what they said, but they probably like 1 to 9 had the best talent. They were quite deep.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
talent-wise, yeah.
But they lost to Denver, and so they fired Doc Rivers or pushed him out, whatever they did.
I think Doc said, "I'm done with you, softies."
And basically, they blamed Doc for not being able to adjust to whatever's happening.
How's he doing in Philly, by the way?
Let's see. So, number 1 seed and kicking butt.
I'm gonna sweep maybe the first 2 rounds.
So, the first game, they didn't really handle Luka, and they decided to load manage maybe the best on-ball defender in the league, Kawhi Leonard, and not guard Luka in any of the first game, rather than a couple of switches.
3 Pat Bev on him.
Pat Bev is 6'3" with a big fro.
How's that going to work? Luka, both games, has said he is too small, with some swear words in between. Both games, like Mike's
Then they had PG guard him for a little bit. That didn't work. PG is not the defender that he used to be.
I disagree. When he wants, he can still turn it up.
I still think Kawhi's better. But either way, so they had Kawhi play a decent amount of D on Luka in game 2. Luka took him to school. Like dribble, fade away. Then that one dunk where he dunked everybody. But the best one was that like one-footed, left foot 3 fading away.
It was like what Dirk would do from like 12 feet out.
Yeah.
Luka just did it for 3.
Actually, it was funny. Dirk was in the crowd.
I saw
what
that.
they did is they copied to Dirk just to say, wait, Dirk, is that you on the court wearing number 77? Hardaway's playing big.
And that's a good Michigan guy, right? I like seeing Hardaway.
Kristaps did not play very well in game 1.
Got fined.
Played well in game 2. Now, give PG and Kawhi credit. They did offensively play pretty well in game 2, but you would think they would be able to stop.
I wrote it down. A 22-year-old kid from Slovenia is killing Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Yeah.
Ty Lue, I'm sorry. I think he's actually a decent coach. Whatever he's doing in this series, he just looks colossally stupid.
Yep.
They can't figure this guy out.
You would think you maybe want to get the ball out of Luka's hands, right?
Yeah.
Trap him.
Right? Like how you treat Steph?
Yes.
Not to that extent for Luka, but pretty close, I think.
Oh, I think for that extent for Luka.
Especially like it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pandemic P, that's Paul George, right? That is his nickname. And then here's a good one for Kawhi. I didn't come up with this. This is Shannon Sharp. David Copperfield. Do you know why?
Because he disappears in the playoffs?
Disappears in the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard just disappears in the fourth quarter, which I love.
Yeah, it's true.
The last time Kawhi was had a case for like a top few player on the planet was with Toronto a few years back.
Two years ago.
Yeah, 2 years. Since then, he has been, I wouldn't say top 5. Like I know he's okay in the regular season, but I take Giannis over him. I take AD over him.
I take LeBron over him.
Obviously
I take Curry
LeBron.
over him.
Obviously Curry.
Yeah, I take Luka over him.
I take Luka.
So there you go. Boom. There's 5.
Maybe Harden.
Embiid.
Yeah. Jokic. Like.
It's okay. So he's now 8 or 9 for fun.
I don't get it. David Copperfield, he just disappears.
Yep.
So I obviously, as of recording, Dallas up 2-0. And they're going back to Dallas now, right? They won 2 games on the road.
And now home court is becoming more advantaged because...
Big time, yeah.
Well, Texas, you can do whatever the hell you want. I'm sure they have fans all over the place and they can all open carry,
Actually,
close carry guns.
extra stands.
Yeah, extra stands and extra guns, right? You buy, popcorn, and would you like a sidearm with that, sir?
I would get one.
Yes, please. Yes, I'll have a sidearm with that. Can I just, cover it anywhere? I don't need a license? No. You need a license to get extra butter for your popcorn, but not a gun.
Look, we'll switch series now. I hope Dallas wins. I don't know if anyone... Does anyone want to see... Because the Clippers don't have fans, right?
I think there are people that are Kawhi fans. And
there's
fans
8 weird people in Los Angeles that are too cool to go for the Lakers. Like, if you are in Los Angeles, you go for the Lakers. Pretty super team.
It's like New York. 90% of New York, they're Knicks fans.
But now the Nets have a moron
They've got
following.
some bandwagon people. But
sorry if you're a Nets fan. I just don't see how you can
Denver,
be a Nets
Portland,
fan.
good series.
Denver, Portland.
Jokic is going to have to be a beast, which he was in Game 2, to win the series.
Not a whole lot of defense.
I think you called this Portland. Did you call it Portland?
I think I settled on Denver. Okay. But I said back and forth in 7 either way.
I still don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a great
it'll
series.
Be interesting. Yeah, very entertaining.
I watched the first bit before bed.
Jokic is fun to watch.
Jokic is great. Dame is great. If you don't like fake basketball, not that it's fake, there's not a whole lot of defense going on in the series. Like Tom Brady defense.
Yeah.
But it's very entertaining.
Do you want to stay out west, Memphis, Utah?
Yeah.
Can you tell me the deal with D-Mitch?
Okay, so
there's some controversy.
Ankles dinged up, missed the last bit of the regular season.
Yeah.
He thought he should play.
I thought reading that he's going to play.
I thought he was going to miss at least a game or two. So game 1, he's out, and then the report comes out later that he wanted. Can you text one of the girls to say go to the barking dog?
Sure.
I don't know if you can hear it, but we hear it.
Yep.
So D-Mitch wanted to play game 1. Doc said no. So the report came out that D-Mitch was pissed that he didn't play. Game 2 is coming up. It might be tonight. Might be Wednesday night. That's when we're recording. We'll post it on Thursday. I think D-Mitch, the first game he plays, is going to go nuts. But he might be a little inefficient. Shout out Deo. He said D-Mitch will score like 20, 30-ish inefficiently, and then the next game he'll drop 50. I think I see that happening. Because him and Jaw aren't a similar player, but like they're both young,
both can score.
Young guards who are elite scorers.
Yep.
Or very good scorers.
You watch Jaw in a couple years, gonna be the man. Like I don't
Once
know
he
if he's
can
gonna
shoot
be. Yeah, like but he's got a decent stroke. He's athletic enough. He's gonna be tough to handle. So what happens to Memphis, Utah? Like
it might go 6 now because it's tough to win 4 straight. But I think once D-Mitch comes back, they'll win out. So whenever D-Mitch comes back, they will win out.
All right. So Lakers Suns. So I guess Chris Paul and an injury is very relevant again. So he had a little bit of friendly fire and knocked his shoulder into maybe Ayton or somebody.
Who?
Chris Paul.
Yeah, it was one of those guys.
So listen, he's not a great shooter, but he's a playmaker, and I like Paul. He's tough. Listen, I think the Lakers were going to win anyway, but now it becomes easier, right? AD had a really good second game. LeBron had a pretty good second game. For some reason, Andre Drummond had decent stats. I don't
Drummond's
know.
playing actually well. I've watched a good bit of the series. Drummond's playing fine. Are we talking about best actor, LeBron James?
Best actor. Yeah.
LeBron fans that I know and talk to a lot are even saying like...
Okay, you talked about that baby play,
gonna
and I'm going to go
dog?
find the dog, okay? That baby play where he hurt himself and then that.
Yeah. So he's going to get the dog. I guess I'm running the solo now. Okay, so LeBron fans that I know, my buddies, that support him no matter what, are even saying it was a bit much. Which I'm glad and I respect you guys for saying that. Because as a guy who doesn't love LeBron, I think it's a bit much as well. Look, his ankle, I think is fine at this point. He rested a good bit. His ankle's got to be close to 100%. Probably not 100, but good enough where he can play to the level he wants, I think. And then the shoulder, he screwed up because Chris Paul boxed him out tough. It was not a dirty box out. I don't think it was dirty. I think it was scrappy. I don't think she's going to be able to sit here for 40 minutes.
Annabelle, welcome to the show. Those of you that are on YouTube, we've added Annabelle to the show. Go ahead. Did you already talk about him like hurting himself and then having to go over to where they...
Kind of. Look, it doesn't, like... Just play basketball, man. And Chris Paul, I respect you. You're scrappy. But I don't think it was a dirty play. Some were saying it was dirty. Do you think it's dirty? Do you see it?
No.
Where is she?
She's walking around. She's good.
Talk. She's just going to be loud. I'm going to have to get her out now.
No, it's okay. Keep going.
Okay.
What's your prediction? Lakers Suns, how many games?
I said Lakers in 6 or 5. That's not going to work, right? Originally, I said Lakers in 5 or 6. I said 6, but it could be 5. I'm going to stick with 6. I'll go Lakers in 6, which is my initial prediction.
Okay, I agree with you. Lakers in 6.
Especially if Chris Paul is playing on a bum arm.
Yeah. We've covered everybody out west.
Yes. Yeah.
Knicks and Hawks. Trae Young is playing the hero, and this is like kind of Reggie Miller 20 years later. I don't know. I don't watch enough Atlanta. And Trae Young, I'll give him credit. He did make some plays down the stretch. This whole drawing fouls thing is really, it's hurting the NBA. Like
there's a lot of things hurting the NBA.
And that's huge. When you're going up for shots and then you lean into the guy, suddenly you're shooting 3 free throws. Well, you're 90% free throw shooter. Talk about swinging a game. Man, that's a big deal.
I think Trae Young is just a pissy because he knows he's not Luka Doncic. And is just going to be like, I am going to talk a good bit and try to be flashy so I can be like, Trae Young, you're not Damian Lillard. Don't pull up from half. You're not Steph. Don't pull up from half. I don't like Trae Young that much. I think he gets a little too much hate. Like, people hate Trae Young. I don't hate Trae Young. I don't watch him enough to hate him. I don't
hate him. Yeah.
And I hope the Knicks beat the crap out of him, just because.
Here's the problem. The Knicks are not a very good offensive team. Like,
Correct.
I think Randall is one of those guys who's a good regular season guy. He's going to put up some points. But are they going to give him the ball with 7 seconds left in the shot clock
D-Rose.
and create a shot? D-Rose is probably the best on the team at creating that. D-Rose has played well. Like, D-Rose played well in Detroit. Like, I give him lots of love, lots of credit.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, you can suck at D-Rose. You're awesome.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Knicks, Hawks. I
think
hate
it's
to
going
say
7.
it, but I think the Hawks win. I'm going to go against what I predicted earlier, but I think the Hawks win. They also, like, Danilo Gallinari with the Mohawk. That's a secret weapon.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Hawks maybe didn't know who they were playing, so they just
Didn't know
confused
who to
him for
guard.
a little bit. Because he can shoot.
I'll go Knicks in 7. I'll go Knicks in 7.
I'm going Hawks in 7.
Defense wins championships. Defense wins first round matchups.
Okay. Boston and the Nets. The Nets in 3. Can we do that? Are you allowed to call that?
I still think there's a decent chance. Like, not a great chance, but I think there's probably a 20% chance that, because Tatum's been awful this series.
Yeah, but Tatum also got dinged up. He hurt his eye.
He was like 6 for 20 first game.
He hurt
like
his eye, so
3
now
for
he's
12.
going to be hampered unless, I don't know, Kemba goes crazy like 2007 Kemba. I don't think, maybe not 2007, 2011 Kemba. I don't think they win again.
I think Tatum is going to be able to suck it
put
up
a 50 spot
and have one efficient game, because he has not been efficient yet. 6 for 20 and like 3 for 12 maybe. That's terrible. And it's the playoffs, and you're guarded by Kevin Durant, who doesn't play defense yet. He only plays defense later on when it's more important. So I think Tatum is going to step up, as he should, go for like 45, maybe 50 efficiently, and steal a win on a night where Harden and Kyrie stayed up late and aren't in game shape. That's my prediction.
Yeah, Boston's poop. And here's the problem. They are now going to be like because Tatum and Brown are quite talented, Boston's going to be like a 4, 5, 6, 7 seed the next 3 years, and they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs unless they do something.
You know, Evan Fournier is not going to help you.
Nope.
Vucevic probably would.
Evan Fournier, when the Nets were playing them, was it just last night or 2 nights ago? Doesn't really matter. Whoever Evan Fournier was guarding, they just attacked. Even if it was Harris.
Joe Harris is a baller.
Yeah.
I know the Nets' big three's going nuts. Robert Williams is killing them. I like Rob Williams.
Yep.
What's Joel Embiid going to do to them? What's Giannis going to do to them?
Gosh.
I don't. We'll talk about that later. I know they have 3 very talented offensive players, but you need to have a big guy who can play some D.
Yep.
And I don't think they have a guy to stick with Giannis, and I don't think they have a guy to stick with Embiid.
I agree.
Or AD and LeBron when we get there.
Okay, you talked about Heats and Bucks. You're the Jimmy guy. Give us the rundown as to where we are and what do you think is going to happen.
Okay, so I said Bucks in 6, and I was a little generous with that. Like I said, if Jimmy stole 2 games from LeBron in the finals, he can steal 2 games from Giannis. I think I'm wrong. I don't know if the Heat even take a game. The Bucks look really good, and I said they might be legit this year.
Boy, the Bucks look good.
When they can't miss, and they're like the best defensive team in the playoffs.
Lopez, honestly, he throws up shots from 15 that are like, oh my god, he's throwing it up, and it bucket. Holiday, great defender, makes plays.
Look,
Giannis guarding Jimmy.
People are bugging hard. Jimmy. Okay, he's guarded by
a 7'1" freak,
maybe the best defense player in the league. Giannis totally has a case. I don't think he is, but if you make the argument,
he's right there.
And
in this situation, he's great at guarding Jimmy because what Jimmy does is he's a ball possession. He's a physical guy. You can't get.
It's tough to be physical when your defender is 7 feet and
it's
as strong as anyone on the court.
Man.
So it's a tough series.
And Bam is really not playing great.
Awful. No, Bam's been terrible. Yeah. Lopez is guarding him. Bam has been horrendous. Hero's been horrendous. I'm not going to watch much more of the series.
That's too bad.
I'm happy with my last year outcome. Like, I'm still happy with losing in 6 to the super team.
Yeah,
even when we were injured. If we were healthy, we're going to win.
Sixers Wizards. I mean, Washington played pretty well in the first game.
Bring the brooms.
Yeah, 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any changes as to how you think this is going to play out? Like, you think Milwaukee, like, I think we both had the Nets. No, I had the Nets in the finals.
Well, Mavs were definitely going to win the first round.
Yeah. No, I'm talking that they go through to the finals.
But
you're still picking Lakers? I
had Lakers over Sixers in 6.
Yeah. Now, I'm watching the Nets, you say you are happy with that?
Yeah. I think Giannis just kills Brooklyn.
There are 3 really good teams in the East.
Yeah.
I think right now I'm actually leaning towards Milwaukee.
Milwaukee looks good.
Yeah, they really do.
My mom almost put some money on them as well because their odds were okay, and I think if they get through Brooklyn, they have a legit shot at upset. If it's Milwaukee, Philly, I'm all in. That's going to be such a great series. That's real basketball. I look forward to that.
NBA playoffs are awesome. But they're fun.
Super team, the fouls, the refs.
Okay.
Better when I was growing up as a youngin'.
Little shout out for those on YouTube. Subpar Urban Paul. What's his Instagram handle? Urban Paul Designs.
I think so.
Yeah. Shout out to UP. Love you, buddy. Miss you. Just got a cool flat build hat. Flat build.
That's
cap.
so cool. You're cool.
Yeah. My family is very supportive of me wearing this hat.
Oh, you just wear
You know what? I should probably
I should be wearing.
You know what? I should take some selfies and throw it on the Instagram page.
Yeah.
If
you want to see that,
even Joe Militia sold me out because I got a vote from Joe. Then my first post, Joe's like, I made a mistake.
Yeah, voter fraud.
I should have given the vote.
It was fraud. Counted votes.
Voter fraud. It's kind of like Arizona, Texas.
Yeah.
Everywhere who didn't vote for Trump. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. United States, you're
Okay, can we enough? That's not what our podcast is. No one here cares about that.
A couple of people do care about it.
Nobody.
Joe Militia, Rob Blondin. There's 2 right there.
Don't talk about Coach like that.
Coach, no. I still have to apologize to Coach Rob.
Coach is loving Milwaukee. We haven't talked about it yet.
Coach is going to be loving Milwaukee.
Coach, totally, we're good. You got this year. I got last year.
It's all good.
I have a finals berth. We'll see when Giannis gets there because he will eventually.
I got to give a shout out to Deo too.
Just cause?
Yeah, cause.
Alrighty. Star Wars character draft.
And Evan.
And Evan.
Yeah.
All right. Star Wars character draft.
Les, maybe?
No way Les gets a shout out.
No,
Les is a bum.
Okay.
So
there was, we looked up, there's a couple of drafts that have been done on this online. And
you did this, not me.
I did. Extensive research, probably 10 minutes Monday night. 2 other guys that did it. They were limiting the amount of people that were on your team that could use the Force.
Can we explain what we're doing or no?
Yeah. Well, actually, why don't you explain that?
Okay. Star Wars character draft. We've done a few of these.
Oh, no cartoons.
Well,
no cartoons.
We'll see. I don't know if there's any. There's some crossover though, so we're fine.
Crossover is okay. Like the girl with Ashoka Tano, she's probably in the cartoon, but she was also in Mando, so you get to pick her.
Thanks.
No cartoons.
No cartoons. Okay, Star Wars character draft. We get it'll be 10 characters from the Star Wars movies, and we have to make a basketball team with those characters. So who's your point guard? How does Yoda translate to basketball?
Oh, Yoda's Muggsy Bogues with the Force.
So that's the kind of thing we're playing here.
Awesome.
Locker room issues you have to keep in mind, like mixing the good and the bad. You got to hope they figure it out because you're really making a super team here.
Yep. So this is kind of like the bad boy Pistons and the Celtics. Can Isaiah actually play with Bird? They're 2 immensely talented dudes, but they would stab each other on the back in the locker room. Bill Laimbeer, he'd be shot.
Yeah, I don't think him and Rob Parrish
and McHale and Bird would just shoot him.
And Bill Walton.
I don't know where Laimbeer is.
Might want some of the action.
Yeah, he's dead in the locker room.
Okay, so 10 dudes or 10 Star Wars characters, 1 coach, 1 player coach, making a basketball team.
Yep.
Okay, snake draft or no?
Sure.
Okay, snake draft. Rock paper scissors.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Ooh, Isaac gets first pick overall.
So I win.
This is hard.
First overall.
First pick over. There's lots of great names on the board. Pre-draft rankings were all over the place here.
All right, this is so hard.
You could go if you pick C-3PO. You also get cheeseburgers.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna put this out there. Everyone you get is in their prime.
Yeah.
So, if I pick a dead guy, you get Prime.
Yeah, you can't pick Obi-Wan when he's, folded up in a little cape in the Death Star.
So this is tough here. I'm going to go with Darth Vader.
Yep, good pick.
I think Prime Darth Vader is no one's stopping him. If I get Rogue One Darth Vader, and I don't know where I'll play him. He might be a stretch 4. But I'm going to go with Vader. I just don't think anyone's going to be able to stop him. And maybe he can be good. If a little Anakin shows up, that would be cool too.
Yep. Okay, great pick. I had a couple of guys down as first pick overall, and he was certainly one of them. So this is a bad dude, but he's the most powerful person in the universe.
Good pick.
Supreme Leader, Snoke.
Snoke?
Yeah.
That's an awful pick.
No, not Palpatine.
Okay, sure.
No, Snoke.
That's a terrible pick.
Why is that a terrible pick?
He was made in a bottle. Remember? He's not a dude. That's a terrible pick.
He can do whatever he wants on the basketball court with the basketball.
All right. Yeah, Snoke's your guy.
Yeah, Snoke's my guy. Now I get a second guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now I'm picking Palpatine. Oh, spectacular 1-2 punch.
That's like Pippen Jordan. Yeah.
Yep. Spectacular 1-2 punch. Now I knew I wouldn't have picked those two guys separately. It's not as good. I mean, then you got to go. Kylo, you got to pick. Look at that later on. But Snoke and Palpatine, I've got 1-2. Obviously, there's some potential locker room issues, but I just got to go with talent and force overall.
Maybe a Kobe Shaq's a better comparison.
Actually, probably. Just so I've got Palpatine as my 3. I've got him as my small forward. Snoke, I don't have him as a position yet, just because I have to see how the draft plays out.
Probably a 5 or a 4. I think 5.
Yeah, I've got him down as a 4 right now, but small ball 5 could be.
Right. So I got 2 picks here. I got to go Yoda.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
He's running. He's going to be my floor general. Maybe Chris Paul comparison. I think for Yoda, maybe Isaiah Thomas. Good Isaiah Thomas, not new Isaiah Thomas.
Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah. My comparator was Muggsy.
Your comparator was Muggsy?
Yeah, with the Force.
Mm-hmm. All right. I like Yoda.
Okay, you picked Yoda, and
I got another one here. Now, this is tough. There's a lot of names. I'm going to actually go with... I got to go Luke here. I think Luke... I imagined him as a point guard, but I think him and Yoda are going to be able to figure it out. I'll slide Luke to the 2.
Yeah, I had Luke as a 2.
He's a great locker room guy. He's going to bring the good out of Vader. So I'm going to go with Luke here. I like that pick. Prime Luke?
So I had Luke really high up here. And now I think I'm just going to have to flex a little bit and go another 2 because I have to have somebody who could match up with Luke. I got to go Darth Maul as my 2.
That's a good pick. I don't know if he's a 2.
Oh, he's a 2. Yep.
That's a good pick. I would play him at the 3. Yep. Maybe the 4.
See, I think Snoke's a better 3. Right?
Snoke is a 3?
Sorry, no, Palpatine's my 3. Snoke, I haven't figured that out yet. But I like Darth Maul's. He's not huge, but he's real quick. He's obviously got the little 2 the double lightsaber, so you can cover lots of ground.
You get him in his prime before he died.
Yeah, before he died. Yeah, before he's cut in half. Mm-hmm. He's actually much better when he's one piece. Mm-hmm. He's worse when he's cut in half. Mm-hmm. His range is quite limited. Mm-hmm. So I've got a bunch of bad guys so far. So I really have to be cognizant of the rest of my team, or at least my starters. Who you got? Oh, I get another pick. Yeah. So now oh, man. I need a 5, and this is going to be a little tough just from my chemistry, but I can't leave Chewie on the board any longer, right? Like, Chewie's so good at the 5. He's 7'5". He's a great locker room guy because most people don't really understand what he's saying when he's talking crap about Snoke and Palpatine Maul. They're just thinking he's like he needs a treat or something.
Yeah, Chewie's a good pick.
Yeah, so I like Chewie a lot, and then I have to think about are you gonna reach a little bit early for Han just to keep Han and Chewie apart, right? Like there's a lot of variables there.
So I'm up. I got to go General Grievous here.
Yeah,
Prime really Grievous. High. He's definitely going to be a big for me.
He's a big dude.
He might be a 5.
He's a 5 for sure.
And I'm okay with him. Him and Snoke bumping bodies. I'm okay with that. So Grievous is my 5, no doubt.
Yeah.
Then it's just like best player available.
Yeah.
Do I want to? I got to go Obi-Wan here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Obi-Wan's
he
a
fell.
good pick. Yeah.
And the way it works out, he's going to be my small forward, which works out perfectly. Prime Obi-Wan, not old Ben, even though I love me some old Ben. Prime Obi-Wan is him, Luke, and Yoda. That's a pretty good trio.
Yeah, that is a good trio. So obviously, I got to stick with some bad guys here just because that's what I'm going with. I got to go with Boba Fett as my point guard.
That's a good pick. I don't know if I wouldn't call him a bad guy.
He's a bit of a Russell Westbrook point guard. Like, he's very interested
Stat pads?
Yeah, he's going to pad his stats.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, well, because he's got all these like clone things. It's just weird, but I like Boba Fett. And realistically, look at my guys from a chemistry perspective. Boba Fett, Darth Maul, Snoke, Palpatine.
And Chewie.
Chewie's my one good guy, but I think Chewie is such a good dude that at least for a few minutes starting, he can keep things together. Good passer. Yeah, I got one more. So now, lots of good guys out there.
I know my next pick.
I got to go Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn he's my first guy off the bench, and depending on how much, if Snoke is being too much of a bitch, I might just have Snoke come off the bench and play Qui-Gon Jinn as my starting small forward.
Yeah, you can play him big. Liam Neeson's a big dude.
He's a big dude, yeah.
Qui-Gon's a good pick.
Yeah, so he's either my 3 or my 4. Qui-Gon I've got here.
Am I up?
Yeah, you're up.
I know my 2.
Lots of guys.
Han Solo.
So many good guys. Yeah, Han Solo's a good pick.
He's my backup shooting guard.
Yeah, I had him down as a 1, actually.
No, sharpshooter.
Yeah?
Sharpshooter for sure.
Okay.
Like, he's not quite Ray Allen, but he is... Who's a 2 that can play some D a bit. Is a good all-around player. Maybe he's like C.J. McCollum. No, C.J. doesn't play much defense. Paul George. Regular season.
Oh, yeah. That's
Regular season Paul George.
Okay.
Not playoff Paul George. So I'll take Han. Now this is boom or bust, this pick here. Now this pick in 5 years or 10 years could be the best player in the history of the league, or it could just be a bust. I'm going to go with Baby Yoda here.
Oh, that's a good pick. Yeah,
look,
for sure. Baby Yoda's a great pick.
Like he is.
I had him. Honestly, I didn't want to write down Baby Yoda, just because I didn't want you to see. The problem is the pregame meals. He's going to eat the postgame meals. He's just going to eat everything,
now,
which could be a little dangerous.
He could be unstoppable. Like there's a good chance he's Michael Jordan as a point guard.
Yep.
But there's also he might be Sam Bowie.
Or it could be like Robert Tractor Trailer, where he just eats himself out of the league.
Yeah, like Grogu or Baby Yoda, whatever. He's going to be my point guard. Hopefully, this is a developmental pick.
Well, you've got Yoda, which you should be.
I've got a whole lot of mentors.
Now Yoda's about 850, so I don't know what.
Well, I get Prime Yoda.
So like when he's 700.
Maybe I'd have to check the books on that, but I got Yoda, Luke, Obi-Wan to mentor Grogu.
Yeah.
Who else? Like Qui-Gon would be nice, but I like my mentors. So those are my 2. I like that as my second unit.
Okay. So I kind of got to stay bad here just because that's the way my team has been stacking up, and there's still some really good, talented bad guys on the board. Kylo Ren, right? Like, he's a bitch, but he can score.
I'll get in his head so easily. He is James Harden. I'm going to get in his head so easily. He's a great scorer. But I will be in his head.
He's my backup. He's kind of like Vinnie Johnson. He's just going to come off the bench. He's going to fire up a couple of 3 or 4 J's, and then we're going to sit him back down again. He's going to get on the bench. He's going to whine. He's going to like pound stuff. But then we're going to bring him in again for a few minutes. I like Kylo as my backup 2. Right, Darth Maul, in case he gets cut in half. I need to have a decent backup there. And then, so I need another big. I'm not that big at this point. So I'm going Count Dooku. 6'5". He's probably a little undersized to play the 5, but he's well skilled in the dark ways of the Force. So I got Count Dooku as my kind of backup 4, backup 5.
So how many guys do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still lots of good guys on the board.
Okay, so you got 8 guys.
Yep.
I have 7, so I got 2 picks here. This is tough here. I got to go Mace Windu.
Yeah.
He's on the board still.
For sure.
Prime Mace Windu, maybe a locker room issue. But, like Samuel Jackson. How am I not going to pick Samuel Jackson on my team? So Mace Windu, another good mentor for Grogu.
Yeah.
And I think he could be a 4. I think I could play him at the 4. I think I can get away with that.
He's tough, too.
Yeah.
Like, he can guard lots of guys.
So
him and Doku would be beating the crap out of each other.
I got to go big here.
Yeah. There's lots of good bigs.
I got to go with the Rancor.
Okay.
I got to go with the Rancor because you're really off. I don't know if they can even hear you right now. Eh?
Okay, they probably can't hear me because I'm loud.
I got to go Rancor.
I had him as a 4.
No way. He's like 100 feet tall.
Yeah, but he's pretty quick, actually.
So?
Well, other than getting his head squished.
Then he's just going to be a fast center. DeAndre Ayton. Look, Rancor, he's my 5. Locker room issue for sure. I'm going to use some Force stuff to keep him in check, though.
Yeah. Are you done? Or
I have one more after.
Okay, so...
And a coach.
Now I have to pick some big alien to match up with the Rancor. I pick Jabba the Hutt, but everybody hates him, and he's so fat that he can't move. So I'm taking Jabba off my draft board.
Yeah, I had him. I'm not going to pick
him. Too
fat.
Yeah. Right? Like, you can set some screens. So now I've got a couple of choices here.
3 in the key, he might get a few times.
3 in the key, like 3 minutes, 3 hours. So, am I picking 10 and then a coach?
10 dudes and a coach. 10 players, 10 people and a coach. And you have a player coach as well. So you got 2 coaches, 10 players. One of them crosses over.
Okay. So, I'm picking the Sarlacc.
That's an awful pick.
That's a great pick. He gets to eat anybody who's close to him.
How are you gonna?
Him and the Rancor are just gonna beat the crap out of each other.
The only time he gets minutes is when we're on Tatooine, when we're not, or wherever he is.
No, you know what? As long as you have a big holding cell, you can transport him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Think about how big those ships are. Look at all these guys that have got. Like, you don't think Palpatine and Snoke can make up some great big huge ship just to transport him in? For sure.
Okay,
so I'm picking Sarlacc, but then I get to pick one other person before I get, before I pick my coach.
How many people do you have? 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you got 10.
So I need a backup point guard, and
I got a few point guards.
Crafty, just starting to really kick butt with the Force.
Oh yeah.
She's got those sleeve things going on. I got to go with Ray.
Yeah.
Ray fell a little bit. I don't think the women have been represented as well as they could have been in this draft.
Dude,
you're not very woke. Really, you need to be more woke. It's true.
Here's the issue with Rey. I don't know if we're going to see much more of her in Star Wars. She might have got 3 movies, and her prime is what we saw in Rise of Skywalker, and she dies in her prime. Kylo just did the stupid Force thing to get her back to life. It's a good pick, but I don't know if that's going to work out in the long run.
Listen, she's my backup point guard. She only needs to play about 18 minutes a game. She's like Ish Smith.
That's a good comp.
Yeah, Ish Smith, right? Good with the ball, make some decent plays. She's going to have some turnovers just because she tries to force it. She's a little young, but I think she's got potential. And assuming she's not dead, I think she's long-term a pretty good player. Because Boba Fett, he'll die, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't die from the Sarlacc, but that's a little bit complicated in my locker room.
That's locker room cancer. Yeah. That's not going to work.
Yeah. Boba Fett
I'm up here.
Wait a sec. Didn't you kill me?
I'm up?
Yep.
So I got my... Okay. So I'm going to go Ahsoka Tano here. Because I knew I could get her this late. This is the orange...
Yeah,
I got to go Ahsoka here because...
Oh, that's just because I said you're woke.
No, that's because I knew she would fall this late because you don't know how cool she is. She's so cool in
pretty cool.
Wars. Yeah, and in Mando. Cool. And she's getting
cool
her own show.
Mando. The cartoons I don't watch.
Okay. She's getting her own show. And then you'll be like, wow, she's sick.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Ahsoka here. I think I'll play her at the 3. I think she'll be a quick 3.
I had her as a 2, but...
Yeah, maybe I make Han my 3. Stretch 3. Put Ahsoka at the 2. That's probably what I'll do. So I'm going to go Ahsoka. And then I got a coach here. I got to go with Leia. Because I'm not going to... Look, I don't know how great she'll be on the basketball court. But she's going to be a good calming presence.
She's a leader. Yeah, she's a leader.
I'll get prime Leia. Maybe I might even take older Leia. Because that's when she was really... her coaching career was best in the later years of her life. Right? Yeah. So I'll go Leia as my coach.
Okay.
And then I'll have probably Yoda as my player coach. Or Obi-Wan. I got a few guys there. But
yeah. So I have a great... offensive coach who can sniff out a trap better than anybody.
That's great.
Yeah. So Admiral Akbar is for sure my coach.
Great.
Because he's going to be able to read so far in your head any trap, any full court defense, any 1-3-1. Admiral Akbar's just going to sneak that all out.
He'll let the boys
and if you don't know what that means, then you need to watch just need to watch some Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Admiral Akbar is my coach, and I was hoping he was going to drop.
I think Prime Leia is a better coach than Admiral.
I think old Leia, for certainly she's got some wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't think she's creative enough, right?
Well,
I
that's
think
why
she
I got
sticks to the playbook.
Like, I think Yoda will help out with the creator, and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is a great on-court presence. Okay, so I get one more. So I've got 10 and my coach. Am I done?
I have 10 names and a coach and a player coach. And a player coach, so I have 11 names total written down.
Okay, so I've got 11 names written down as well.
So we're good. I'll make the graphics.
A couple of names that on the board that didn't get picked.
Mando.
Mando I really want Mando. I had to go with
next pick. With Ahsoka over him, though.
Greedo, good shooter, right? Like, he's kind of like... Pick. No, shoot first, Greedo.
Finn is an interesting pick.
Yep, Finn
is a what if, because if he didn't get taken by stormtroopers, he probably would have been great, because he would have just been growing up like any other kid. But stormtroopers got him. I don't know how much ball he played in the academy, so he's like a what if. Yeah. Wicket, the Ewok, he might be a good point guard.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
The Rathtar, the 20-foot guy with all the things, that would have been a good pick. Hell of a defensive presence. The player comp was Manute Bol.
Yeah. Poe Dameron was like him or Han Solo for the backup shooting guard, but I think Han he's got experience.
Yeah, and like he's had a couple of moments, but we need to see more long term.
Yeah, he's boomer bust.
He'll be good in the G League. Let him grind his chops in the G League.
Jalen Green
next year. What's that?
Might be a Jalen Green pick.
Could be Jalen Green pick. Yep, true that.
All right, we're done.
I think this is two really good teams.
I think my second unit is great. My second unit could start for me.
Yeah, see, I have a lot of bad guys, and it's a bit of a...
I'm big. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm mainly good.
It's a bit of... Yeah, you have more good guys than me, but I've got, like, Palpatine, Snoke, Count Dooku, the Sarlacc, Darth Maul, Kylo, Boba. My only good guys are Chewie, Qui-Gon, and Rey. And then Admiral Akbar, obviously the coach, to try and calm everybody down and sniff out the defensive
See, my bad guys are Vader, Grievous, Rancor. Rancor I can control with the Force easily. Grievous and Vader will be tough, but I can manage
Rancor's head is squished. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be...
Prime Rancor.
Before he gets his head squished.
Yeah, him and Luke might... Right?
There's going to be some issues there.
There'll be some issues. I'll make the graphics later. I'll throw them up in a few days.
Awesome. Okay, anything else? We're at 47 minutes. Episode number 28. You got to do all that stuff, like follow us on Instagram and give us funny comments. If you want to see a few more selfies, just let me know. Like, I got a very strong selfie game.
If you say that, that means you don't have a strong selfie game. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, you know what? I've been working on the lip thing. Yeah. I don't really understand
what
it means.
Hey, do that and post it.
No, actually, I'm not a 17-year-old girl.
Okay.
And I don't really understand the fish lip thing to begin with, so I'm not going to post that. Mm-hmm. Watch some basketball. Send us some stuff you want us to talk about, and have a great night, everybody.